disrespect my last one. I'm gonna get about tired of y'all just talking to me any kind of way. I'm sorry, I'm not in the kind of field. Okay? I should be. Oh, I should be? Okay.
What up, Supreme Black family? It's your big kinfolk, J Flake. I know it's been a minute since I hit you with an individual video. I've been out on the comedy grind, slanging these jokes. But I got time today, especially something near and dear to my heart that hit my timelines. We speak about Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, the bank only approved 47% of refinancing of black applicants during the middle of the pandemic. As you know, as the pandemic hit with the virus, that interest rates had hit a low, hit about 3% to 3.5%. So a lot of people was able to refinance and get their prices cut due to the interest rate. A lot of people was able to buy houses on a low interest rate. At the beginning of the pandemic, it became a buyer's and a seller's market at one point in time. Right now, as you watching this video, it is only a seller's market. So for those who are out there buying, you kind of you overpricing yourself on what you're buying, but hopefully it'll work out for you. Hopefully your equity continue to grow. But during this time in the middle of a pandemic, a lot of people's out there refinancing their homes, getting their interest rate cut, where they've been at 5%, 6%, you getting that cut in half, using that 4%. If you can drop it down to a 3% or 3.5 interest rate, you win it. But Wells Fargo only approved 47% of all black applicants during this time frame, while they approve about 85% of white applicants. Wells Fargo say that they don't look at any race or anything like that. They treat everybody the same. However, it seemed kind of strange that you only approve 47% of black applicants. Now, you might treat everybody the same, but one thing we know for sure is in the time of redlining, when you see that address, you can pretty much determine on if you're going to buy, sell a home, or determine what type of interest rate you was going to give. So with that being said, yeah, you can say that you treat everybody the same, but we all know when you see that address, you had a potential to be able to redline them. And as we talk about one young man that this story was about, he lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and had an 800 credit score. He had a decent job. His wife was a doctor, a nurse, or whatnot. So they had the funds and had the money. However, they was given, when they tried to refinance, they was giving it a high interest rate to what the going rate was going at the time. He ended up going with another bank. He ended up getting down to that 3%, which is crazy to me because Wells Fargo is the worst. It was a lot of other banks that was doing way better than Wells Fargo and improving the black mortgage rates. As you know, when you buy a house, that is wealth. You are building wealth within your family at that point in time. So if you pass away, you have something to pass on to your family members. You know, you have something to pass on to your kids that they can live in and be mortgage free. And then, or they can sell the house and gain all those funds from the equity from that home. As we know, this happened to black people's lives. We go back in the years and years. We go back to the 50s and 60s, go back to the 40s and 30s. Even before then, redlining took place where black people weren't allowed to live in certain areas. As a person who just recently bought a home not too long ago, our realtor had told us to take down all your black art, all your black photos and whatnot when they come and take a look at your house so they can give you the proper pricing. So to me and my wife, we was like, this is kind of crazy. However, we ended up having the pandemic hit when we had to be at home at the time that we got our home appraised. Fortunately for us, we had an appraisal that actually didn't give a care about none of that. So what we was asking for is what we get, but it is not the same story for everybody else. It's crazy at this time and day that we do have to take down pictures, that we do have to take down our black art because our appraisal rate might be lower than what is necessary. As we've seen in certain cases around the United States where people have been getting their house appraised for way more than what it was when they compare it to black homes, whether your black home be bigger than theirs, have more value than theirs. We've seen situations where people have got their house appraised and be given a lower rate, but then they come down and have a white person sit in, or they take all their photos down or all their art down and get appraised for a much higher rate than what it was given in the beginning. So this is just, to be honest with you, just another way of redlining. Wells Fargo has been in trouble before for situations like this. You know, this is not the first time. So we all got to be careful when we out there doing this. We all got to shop around and don't take the first rate when it comes to lending for a home, a mortgage, or even a car. In some situations, we definitely have to shop around a little bit and see for the people who have our backs. But I just had to get on here and let everybody know to be aware of these type of situations, because a lot of people don't have your best interest. As you know, as black people, we are already a couple of steps behind as it is. So when it comes to catching up, you know, we got to play twice as hard. As everybody tell you, you got to work twice as hard to get to the goals that we want to get at as black people. So just be aware of that. If you're dealing with Wells Fargo, I mean, the choice is yours or whatever you want to do. But it seemed like here we are in recent history, Wells Fargo does not have our best interest at heart. So I just seen this to be kind of saddening that at a time where somebody can refinance, cut down on their mortgage rate, help them out with buying a home, that 47% of the black applicants for Wells Fargo was denied and was not approved. But of course, they could go somewhere else and get a better rate. Wells Fargo, I don't know what you're doing, but you're going to have to cut it out. You can tell us all day that you look at all applicants the same. You don't look at race, but from the numbers, it seems to be a little bit different, as black people are at the lowest rate. We had white people at the top. We had Asian people next. We had Hispanics. And then at the lowest rate was black people, which is a shame and a crime within itself. We have fought so long. We have proven ourselves in ways we didn't need to prove ourselves, because we built this joint for free, as it already is. So our credit should be on 100, and the United States owe us money due to that simple fact there. But I just had to bring that to you guys' attention. So anybody out there looking to refinance their home, Wells Fargo might not be the best play to go. Best of luck to everybody, because it is a seller's market right now. For those out there buying, I don't want you to be disappointed. You just got to look extra hard for those deals, because those deals are still out there. You just got to look extra hard on those deals, find them, and make sure you're not overpaying. Make sure you are getting something where your equity can continue to grow within the market as of right now. Look, I'm not a professional at this. I'm just going on all personal experience, okay? So, as your boy, Jay Flake, it was good to hear from y'all. It was good to get back on here and tell y'all a little bit of information. But be careful out there for my people. Be safe. For all my kings out there, put your crown on, took that thing to the side. Let them know you are a king. For all my queens out there, put your crown on, took that thing to the side. Let them know you are a king. It's Big Kinfolk Jay Flake. Oh, and special shout out to the Cleveland Cubs. This is a black baseball team. You know, we had the Negro League, so I had to represent. We are not 3/5 anything. Y'all be careful out there. We out.